All-Filipino Conference is all about opportunity. It is a chance to learn and grow as one team given the tournament's unique format. And for our fans, we get to enjoy even more volleyball action from our favorite players. Today, both our squads seize the opportunity to snatch their very first win. Only here in the PVL, this is the heart of volleyball.
I don't know about you guys, but that Kyla Kingsu cold open gave me goosebumps. Got us pumped up here. And speaking of pumped up, Iris Tolenada, she needs to get pumped up. Well, she's always pumped up because they need to get that first win today. And speaking of first win, similar to the Nxled Chameleons led by Ja Marigano, let's see which team can bring in the energy and the heat right here at the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City. Both teams looking for their first win after 4 games. That is our match at hand. And later on, we also have the Farm Fresh Foxies on a similar mission going up against the Akari Chargers. So that time, depending on how long this game could be, because this game might just well go a pretty long. Thank you for joining us on the Filipinos Live app. Jaime Escalon, Ayel Estranero, and of course our courtside reporter Kyla Kingsu with a great cold open. But quick vibe check muna tayo, Kyla. What's the vibe check? Parang Hunger Games ba yung vibe? Kasi these two teams, they both want the same thing.
Yes, exactly. I visited them in their dugouts and I definitely felt that intense energy, feeling like a do-or-die game after 3 losses.
That's a good point, no? Do-or-die game. Because, yes, Ayel, it is a long season. It's the longest season in the PVL. But, yes, there's a play-in tournament, but you don't want to go in the play-in tournament lacking confidence because you haven't got a win just yet.
You want to gather as much wins as early in the tournament. And as we mentioned earlier, Capital1 and Nexled still looking for their first win this conference. But after 9 game days, these are the current standings of the teams. We have PLDT, Signal, and Creamline cruising in the start of this conference, still undefeated. We have Zeus Coffee, Petrogas, Akari, Charitigo. They have been tested. They have 2-1 winless record so far. But the teams playing in the first game of our doubleheader today, Capital1 and Nexled, they are in the bottom of the standings. 3-game losing streak for both teams, but both teams also have shown a lot of improvement, have shown a lot of grit, have shown a lot of teamwork. So it's just a matter of having a better composure and a stronger finish for both teams.
Ay, gusto ko yung word mo na improvement. Perfect time to lead in our first team in the Nxled Chameleons we saw some improvement here. If there's one thing about Coach Ettore, who's from Italy, diba, alam niya yan na Rome was not built in a day. And of course, to build a Rome type of team, you need players like Chiara Permentilla to lead your team who has really stepped up in this season, Ayel.
Exactly. Indeed, a process, but Chiara Permentilla looks like she is well adjusted to the system of Coach Ettore Guidetti as she shines both in offense and defense. Currently, the leading scorer of Nexled with 52 points after 3 games, double digits in the previous game against PLDT, 12 points and 10 excellent digs as well. And as she continues to do the heavy lifting for Nexled, let's see if she can stay consistent. And other players also can step up and add firepower.
Of course, there's that Italy connection between Chiara and Coach Ettore. There's Bang Pineda. Well, Bang Pineda, may renewed source of life kasi nga parang very fresh mag-isip si Coach Ettore sa practices, nagpapa-frisbee. And nakikita natin yun kay Bang Pineda.
Exactly. But Bang Pineda, definitely one of the veterans that can be reliable in offense. The Chameleons lack net defense against Charitigo in their previous game, but Pineda, did put in the extra effort on the floor defense to save many rallies. And as I mentioned, her experience will be crucial to provide that stability and that leadership for this very young squad in Nexled.
And of course, you told me before the game that the receiving end of Bang Pineda, they need a lot of those as well, Ayel. Alright, let's go to Kyla because Kyla, balita, medyo inggit ako na kausap mo si Coach Ettore because I haven't talked to him personally. Maybe
Oh, you're missing out, Jaime.
Oh, what's up? What's going on with Nexled and Coach Ettore here?
Well, actually, guys, it's my 3rd time covering Nexled's games. And you know what? Every time I talk to Coach Ettore, I feel like I'm being transported to Italy. It's always such a treat speaking with him. And you know, an update on Nexled, Coach Ettore says that all he wants for them, you know, after 3 losses, is to really just continue staying the course. He says that he always hears them talking about trusting in his system, but what he actually wants is for them to trust in each other, trust in themselves, and trust in the work that they're putting into here. And you know, you guys already talked about Chiara Permentilla, but I also wanted to share a bit of my conversation with May Luna, who is also stepping up big time in terms of their offense. And she told me that what they really want is to continue to have that mental tenacity and that character,
mental tenacity.
especially in the end game. And you know, I also have news for fans of EJ Laure, our newest chameleon, that they'll have to be a little bit more patient because she will be seeing action maybe earliest next year. So yeah, it's an exciting time, exciting game for Nexled, especially because they're desperate for that first win. But I'm sure that the Capital1 Solar Spikers are equally as determined. Am I right, guys?
Yes, Ayel, let's talk to Coach Ettore kasi gusto ko rin matransport sa
Ako
Italy.
din, ako
Gusto ko
din.
maramdaman yun. But okay, Kyla, going back to Coach Ettore, what's the vibe? Nakikita mo ba yun sa players na iba yung energy nila? Despite the 3 losses, they still have that positive outlook.
Yes, I mean, they definitely have a very light aura now, even considering the 3 losses. And, you know, May Luna told me actually that Coach Ettore really takes the pressure off them. And he says that he doesn't care actually whether they win or they lose, but what he wants is for them to give their best and to have no regrets on the court.
Ano, Ayel, kakusapin ba natin after the game?
Pwede. Kasi
Matransport tayo.
para ma-feel din natin kung ano yung nafe-feel ni Kyla.
Alright, let's shift the conversation now to the Capital1 Solar Spikers. The similar mission as the Nexled Chameleon. They too are looking for their first win here today, and one player has really stepped up, and that is Heather Ginoo. Ano ba yung Heather forecast natin today, Ayel?
Wow, this girl, Heather Ginoo, stepped into it talaga. But even during her collegiate days, Ginoo has been highly reliable. Came off the bench in their first 2 games and really stepped up, proved that she can score, proved that she can defend well, and that really earned her a spot in the starting 6 in their previous game against PLDT. And guess what? She was the lone Solar Spiker in double digits, and she is slowly proving her value in the system of Coach Gorayeva. So let's see if she can replicate her impressive performance in today's game, because again, this is a must-win for both teams.
And of course, there's Iris Tolenado. And I had the chance to talk to Iris right before this PVL All-Filipino conference. Sabi niya, that confidence is coming from South Korea. Iba nga daw yung glow niya. Okay, pupunta tayong Italy, pupunta tayong South Korea para kumunta ng glow. But what is going on here this season for Iris Tolenado?
Well, Iris Tolenada is one player that always plays with high intensity and competitiveness, and that's good for her teammates because it rubs off to her teammates, them really pushing hard also to perform better. She has notched double-digit excellent sets in their past 2 games, and not just the playmaking but also her ability to score is worth highlighting because the timing of her 1-2 play, she's able to score when needed as well, and that's what you want as a setter, an offensive setter, an offensive-minded setter, and that is Iris Tolenado.
Okay, ingit na naman ako kay Kyla kasi nakausap din niya si Coach Roger, and we talked about a lot of who's a character here in the PVL. That's Coach Roger, but what did we learn about Coach Roger for today, Kyla?
Yes, well, it's always a treat as well to learn and, you know, speak with Coach Roger. And he told me that, you know, we have seen all these glimpses of the team's potential even since the reinforced conference when they had Marina Toshoba. But now all he wants is for them to transform that potential into finally, you know, consistent performance here in the real game without their reinforcement. And he tells me that he's really confident in his girls, and all he wants is for them, it's actually the same story with Nexled, to have that confidence in themselves. And I feel like they're a lot more determined today because they're actually celebrating Roby Instrelia's birthday today. So happy birthday to her. Yes, on behalf of the PVL family, a very, very exciting game for both of them. And guys, you know, the PVL is back, as we can see, in full action, but so is our Pilipinas Live question of the game. Kaya naman right below the stream on the Pilipinas Live app, there is a live poll where you can answer our question of the game. And today, our question is, which team will soar to their first win? Again, the question is, which team will soar to their first win? You can answer that on the Pilipinas Live app, or you can also join in the conversation online using the hashtag PVL2025. You guys heard me right? It is 2025 because it is going to be a long and very exciting conference. Am I right, Jimenez?
Right.
All right, here we go. The stage is set. You know what? I'm also excited for the timeouts. Coach Eroti, Coach Roger, how about the timeouts we're going to see? It is bound to be entertaining here. It is the Nxled Chameleons versus the Capital1 Solar Spikers. But before this, let's watch the nonchalant and the OA in this VTR feature.
na. Isali niyo po yun.
The questions are hot. Sorry.
Wait! Patik lang dapat.
Sorry, I saw the camera move kasi. Hi, I'm Rachel Jordina.
Hi, I'm Jai Atienza.
And let's play on.
Which teammate would you trust to style your outfit? Si Critch. Si Critch.
Good. I choose you.
Thanks!
She always has the best clothes, guys. Her and Critch are our style icons. Okay, next question. Which teammate would you want to cook for you?
Sige, si Maji. Yan, si Maji dyan. Pagbigyan natin si Maji, pagbigyan natin.
Sige,
Oh,
I agree.
mag-ihaw siya. Sige, go.
Which teammate makes the team laugh the most? Naji?
Oo, si Maji.
And May,
Maji. Oh, si Ate May.
with their kabulastugan.
Si Ate May, may ano yan eh, may side yan na ano. Akala mo, seryoso lang siya, pero...
Yeah, until she opens her mouth and...
Tsaka ano, minsan hindi siya aware na sobrang funny niya.
Which teammate would you choose to have a boxing fight with? So who do you want to fight? That's the question.
Si Jaja.
You want her to fight you?
Yeah, oo.
Ah, talaga?
I mean, feeling ko pag inaway ko siya, papalag siya.
I'd pick
Palagi.
Aldea kasi she wouldn't hit me very hard.
Si Dea?
Yeah, so then she won't hurt me.
Hindi, dapat ano, yung pag niyaya mong sapakan, sige, walang pagdadalawang isip, ganun. Si Jaja, ganun eh. Kahit pagtripan mo, Jaja, suntukan nga tayo. Sige, wait lang. Gaganon pa yun.
I guess, yeah, to each his own. Depends. Tara, let's play.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig and the 2024-2025 season All-Filipino Conference of the Premier Volleyball League, the heart of volleyball. We have two matches lined up for you for today in the preliminary round. And for the first of these matches, match number 19, let us welcome our Nxled Chameleons and their challengers, our Capital1 Solar Spikers. Presenting our national officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Mark Santos. Second referee, Mr. Ryan Vincent Corpus. Let's welcome our starting lineup from our Nxled Chameleons. Let's begin with their team captain. She wears jersey number 9, Kiara May Permentilia. At number 2, Laika Ebon. Wearing jersey number 7, Critch Makaslang. At number 8, May Luna. Number 15 is Jaila Marie Atienza. And number 18, Janelle Maraginot. Starting libero is number 1, Sheila Marie Pineda. Head coach, Mr. Guidetti Ettore. Presenting our Capital1 Solar Spikers. Their team captain wears jersey number 8, Jarrell Singh. At number 5, Maria Clemente de Guzman. At number 9, Rovina Andrea Instrella, celebrating her birthday today. At number 10, Iris Janelle Tolenada. Number 15, Heather Ann Ginoo. And number 16, Noriel Julia Ipak. Starting liberos, number 19, Roma May Dormal. Head coach, Mr. Roger Gorayen. This match is under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusement Board.
All right, let's find out the starters for the Nxled Chameleons. Similar starters to their last game, led of course by Laika Ebon and Kiara Permentilla, along with Jaja Marganot as setter. As for the Capital1 Solar Spikers, we have Clemente de Guzman back in the starting lineup,
Right.
and the birthday girl,
Happy
getting the
birthday.
birthday start here in Rovi Instrella. Let's see kung may magic yung birthday niya for them to get their first win here at the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City. Jaime Escalon, Ayala Estraniero, and of course, Kyla King-Su manning the sidelines. Alam ko si Kyla may Pilipinas Live question of the day. Ako may question din ako yun. Which
What's that?
coach will be more entertaining in the timeout?
It's gotta be both. They have different styles, but
Styles.
as you mentioned, we're so excited to hear them during the timeouts later on.
And on we go to the quick Clemente de Guzman. Permentilla. Medyo nabitin.
Awkward approach there from Permentilla, also trying to avoid Clemente de Guzman right in front of her. I mean, we know both teams are gonna go all out in today's game. Both teams in a 3-game losing streak. They would want to get their first win today. They have a big opportunity then.
Ginoo to serve. Target was Pineda. To the quick Makaslang. Iris goes Jorel off the block, and looks like they will improvise with Permentilla. Goes for the long bomb.
Good angle there from Permentilla. Did not try to go sharp, just went long there, right? At zone 5.
Iba rin talaga yung glow ni Kiara this All-Filipino Conference. Very at home.
You see her movement and the way she, plays her decision making. It's so different. You just know that she's very comfortable with the system of Coach Ettore.
So 2-1 start for Nexled. Clemente de Guzman and Iris not connecting on that last play. Iris goes Jorel with the help of the net. Jaja goes Permentilla, denied but sent out of bounds. In Nexled, we've seen them get good starts here. The question is actually, Ayel, how they can close after the 20th point.
And again, it's gonna be Permentilla that they will go to repeatedly. But if Capital 1 gets to adjust and close down on Permentilla, someone really has to step up.
They go to the open, dug by May Luna. Ebon goes cross. Iris signature move. And rally we have here. Ginoo says, akin to. Jorel Singh straight to the paint.
Jorel Singh, we know her. She's got the heavy hands here for Capital 1. Going above the blockers this time. Just right enough spin to get that point.
You were saying in the pre-game, si Heather Ginoo lang yung naka-double digits. So nice to see Jorel Singh, maybe their middles, to get double digits as well. Misreceive. Free ball. Iris goes back to Jorel. Not that time, says Nexled. Hey, Kyla's ready for a report here. What's going on there, Kyla?
Hi, Maneo. The Capital1 Solar Spikers are indeed on a mission to make a statement here in this matchup today, and they are banking on their ever-steady playmaker in Iris Tolenada to set the tone early here. Known for her poise, precision, and energy, Iris continues to be the heartbeat of this team, and she told me earlier that it's all about keeping everyone involved and confident in our system no matter what, she said. A testament to her innate leadership. And well, offensively, She says that she's very delighted with how Heather Ginoo has really been a spark for them, especially after earning her spot in the starting lineup last match. I got to speak to Heather too earlier, and she told me that she just focuses on being ready at all times, and every point that she scores is really a point earned by all her teammates. And with these two key players setting the standard, Capital One is looking to start strong in this opening set. As I send it back to you, Jaime.
Great report there, Kai. Well, they are the focal point here in this game, Tolenada and Heather. Ang gusto ko yung sinabi ni Kai, yung heartbeat. Heartbeat in the heart of volleyball.
She is indeed the heartbeat of this Capital One team. I mean, her leadership and her intensity really does a lot for Capital One.
Permentilla. That one long. Was there a check? Not that time.
Capital One starting to pick up their momentum here.
Nakachika ko nga din si Marina before All-Filipino Conference. Sabi ni Marina, miss niya daw yung gigil ni Iris. Iba daw sa ibang bansa.
Right.
And that's the receive you were talking about here.
Passing has been the issue here for Nexled.
Jaja goes back row. Luna, easily dug. The transition. Medyo off pa yung connection with the middles here for Iris.
And Iris really wants to involve the middles here. They want to activate the middles, but right now the timing has been off. The connection has been off in the start of this set.
Permentilla now serving, 6 serving 4. Sharp serve. Oh, service ace for Chiara Permentilla.
Good service there coming from Permentilla. Targeting one of the better receivers for Capital One in Ginoo.
It's 3 points now for Permentilla. Float serve this time and a back-to-back service aces.
And that's because Permentilla has been putting variety on her serves.
And that leads us to our first technical timeout here. Arena Plus, astig sa sports. Alam mo sino astig ngayon, Ayel? Si Chiara Permentilla. 4 points now,
Right.
back-to-back service aces. She is on fire to begin this ball game.
And we expected that from her. She has been the leading scorer for Nexled, and actually the fourth best scorer so far in the league in the start of in this early start of the conference. So we know we're expecting a lot of balls going to Permentilla, and right now she has been delivering. Not just in offense in the front row, but back-to-back aces for her before the technical timeout.
Let's see if that technical timeout can regather Capital One here, struggling with the receive so far. A better receive that time. That one too low. And another point for Nxled Chameleons.
Strong start here for Nexled. Capital One still scrambling. They have to find a way to stabilize their first ball here.
Iris goes 1-2. Eban was prepared. And 2 touches for Capital One. What's going on with Capital One here so far, Ayel?
Nothing's going right on their end in the start of this set. They're passing, even the small details like that. They had an opportunity there to get and go for a transition play. But right now, they really need a good first ball, or at least good enough, but they don't need it right now because a free point here after that service error from Permentilla.
I like what Coach Ettore did there with Chiara. Okay lang, hard strong. Well, that was a 5-0 run until that service error. To the slide they go. Tolenada puts it up. And Estrella that time, 2 touches again for Capital One.
And this errors, the small errors that they're committing right now is giving Nexled a bigger lead here.
So Leila Cruz will enter. One of the prized rookies of Coach Roger, of course. Looking to provide a different energy here in set number 1. 11 serving 5. Service ace this time naman kay Jaya Tienza.
It's quite clear the game plan of Nexled is to serve strong, get the aces, put Capital One out of system, and they have been successful so far.
Andyan na sila sa 12 na nga eh. Eto na naman tayo eh. Slow start na naman tayo eh. Ganon. Siglahan nyo. Kahit 20 pa yung lamang niyan. Lalo kayong mag-effort. Hindi yung habang nilalamangan kayo, parang umaayaw kayo. Tatakbo na naman sa utak natin yung problema eh. Wala sa physical eh. Ayusin niya. Huwag kayong
There's one of the many classic Coach Roger timeouts. Kahit 20 pa yan. He wants to see more. And, you know, it's been a sluggish start here for Capital One.
Coach Roger definitely would want to see more effort because we've seen Capital One their previous games. They are not like this. They know how to play more cohesively and more organized. And I think that's what Coach Roger is trying to look for from his girls.
Better receive. Offhand there for Ipak. Luna from the left side. Capital One is scrambling. Leads to a chance ball. Here comes Jaja. 1-2. Rivera was ready. Ginoo goes long. Ganda ng rally. Here comes Luna. Iris back set. Cruz. And that will go down for Leila Cruz.
Leila Cruz has been the best scorer for Capital One in their past 3 games. So you would really want her to be in the court. Great angle here for Cruz, seeing that gap between the antenna and Luna.
Let's see if that can get a fire started here. Ipak now serving. Luna off speed. And that goes out of bounds. So back-to-back points.
And Cruz has been crucial there in the back-to-back points. The height and length definitely an advantage right now that she's in the front row.
Itong Capital One, may pagka-rhythm team din talaga to eh. Kailangan may flow state. Jaja bump set, close to the net. Oh, and somehow Nexled got the point. Looks like it was going to Capital One after being close to the net.
Just a mistimed net defense there for Capital One. This is still a big lead they want to cut down.
Jaja now with a full front line and serving. Not the best of receives. Ginoo improvises. From the pipe, Permentilla puts it down.
Permentilla has been unstoppable in this first set, playing efficiently so far.
This spike of the set is brought to you by Dunkin, pasalubong ng bayan.
From the back row this time.
There's a term for that in Italian. Magnifico.
Oh.
Chiara
Magnifico.
Permentilla is magnifico. Leila Cruz. Hello. 2 points now for Leila. 2 attack points, 3 points now for Leila Cruz. Sharp serve. second hit the net there for Nexled. Ito yung sinasabi mo sa akin, Nayel, it's important that they also sustain their leads because they've had a game against PLDT. They were pretty much up the entire set and then they lost their flow. Yun yung sinasabi mo.
Yeah, to find a way to take care of their momentum here. Talking about Nexled.
Iris bumps. Ginoo squeezes it past the double block.
Slowly but surely, Capital1 trying to close this gap. Let's take a second look on that. All power in that one. Getting that through the block.
Which forces Coach Ettore to call timeout.
Situation, all eyes on the passing, ready to help, and we play. If we can play, I told you what to do, okay? So maybe call Chris to play B, okay? So in that way, we open all the game. Got it. Hey, guys, we are leading 4 points. That means nothing. Calm and serene. We play every single ball at a time, okay? Here we go. High five.
Grabe yun, no? You're leading 4 points, it means nothing. Kung ako, gaganahan ako maglaro.
And then this is where other players also need to step up with Permentilla in the back row right now. Nexled, actually, they have 3 attackers in the front row, but they need a good first ball to be able to have a better offensive formation here.
First ball, Permentilla. Iris tosses, Ginoo, medyo nabitin. Straight to the net.
Nexled with an opportunity here to gain back the momentum after that good run of Capital1.
And now Mayang Luna is set to serve. Nice to see May Luna get more minutes here. Ginoo, pinabawi. Is there a check? And Coach Roger quick to call on a challenge, which leads us to our first challenge of the day.
And it's quite clear, wanted to go for the hands, for the fingertips of the net defense of Nexled. Let's see if she's able to get one there.
Parang sure din si Ginoo eh. So we'll
Yeah,
see.
even the other players, actually.
Heather Ginoo. She's limited to 1 point so far here. Yun talaga pag ginagalingan mo, no? Ayun. Masa scout at masa scout ka.
That's so why importante na if you're an attacker, you can't be one-dimensional. You have to put variety in your attacks because players are getting smarter and smarter now. Even the systems are getting better.
Okay, here's that replay. Oh. So no block touch. Which leads to Capital1 just having one more challenge here in this set. And also leads us to our second technical timeout.
pa ba?
16-10 is the count here. Nexled, they are holding on to a 6-point lead. And the main character so far has been Chiara Permentilla, who now has 5 points in set number 1 alone. All of her games in the first 3 games have been double digits.
Do we really see the improvement on Chiara Permentilla, also embracing that role as the go-to player for the Chameleons?
couple of missed hits there for Capital One. That led to some easy points for Nexled. So Luna still serving. Nice rejection there. Ginoo will try. Rivera bumps it. Back to Ginoo. Jervina bumps it. Kiara rolls and Rivera still puts it up. Ginoo from the back. It goes to the line.
Good adjustment there for Ginoo. I mean, she looked like she was out of position already. All she can do is get that ball through, but a great dig there, great defense coming from Rivera. Luna and Orvina letting that go at the same time.
Nice receive. The timing a little off on that quick attack. Tumakas lang.
Could have been a good play there, activating the middle after that good pass from Pineda.
Yun pa yung hinihintay natin na yan. Wala pa tayong middles na nararamdaman
Right, for
dito
both
sa
teams.
first set. Jaja. Epon, single block! We were saying?
Narinig tayo ni Clemente de Guzman. Take a look at that one-man block. And that takes a lot of timing and anticipation as well because the ball was away from the net. Clemente de Guzman there with perfect timing.
Lead down to 3. 3-0 run for Capital One. That has been the spot. That has been the hot spot for Kiara Permentilla. That back zone. Zone 5 yata yan.
And Capital One still has not recognized that and adjusted. I mean, Permentilla, as you mentioned,
net. Jorel Singh. And Ipak scores. Much needed point for Capital One.
pinch of urgency there for Ipak. Singh getting blocked there by Atienza, but Ipak ready to get that rebound.
And nakikita rin natin yung insertion of Makatuno. And replacement of Iris. To the slide they go, and Jaya gets up. Point number 4 for her.
And if you're a fan of Nexled, you love what you're seeing right now, the playmaking of Maragino at other players stepping up. Atienza getting that point of that running attack.
4 away here for the Nxled Chameleons. Straight to Rivera it goes. Low set there. Jaja pushes. Just too much strength. Good idea.
Good intention, good quick thinking for Jaja, but just a matter of execution there, as you mentioned. She went too strong on that one.
Alam mo, good idea pag nagkamali ka pero nakasmile ka eh.
Alam mong tama yung ginawa mo.
It's just the execution.
Right.
17, serving 21 here. Jump set to Almonte. Jorel putting it up. Ginoo on the counter.
We're seeing some sparks here from Capital1. Ginoo, very sneaky in that attack.
And Coach Ettore doesn't want to take any chances here. He will call timeout.
Ready to play the side out, ready to play with Krejci if we have a good pass. Krejci ready to run the slide, if they keep your line. Ready, in this rotation we have the possibility also to have the fighter to play in position 4, okay? Here we go, guys, only one side out, here we go. Only one. Hey, and again, during the transition, play patiently, you too. Patience, don't try to finish. Here we go. Next line.
Dream ko pa rin talaga makausap si Coach Ettore. That was such a timeout to listen to, but very technical type of
Very
timeout there
technical.
for Nexled.
Put point.
A gift for Capital1.
Playing safe and that serve. Talking about Laika Ebon.
Maraginot goes 1-2. Ginoo unlocks, but oh, she gets the point. And now let's turn it over to Kyla. Kyla?
Jaime and Ayel, the Capital1 Solar Spikers are finally in the driver's seat as they came alive in that set number 2. And Coach Roger Korayev is definitely happy with that surprise in that performance, but satisfied? Not just yet. Taking you into the recent huddle, he instructed his team to take this as an opportunity to restart and do things better from here on out. Sabi nga niya, ito yung resulta when you play with heart and character in the end game. And Jorel saying, though missing in set number 2, is urging the team to keep their energy up, emphasizing that they have worked too hard to let this spark be blown off. Well, it is a battle of grit and execution here in set number 3. Let's see who rises above as I send it back to you, Jaime and Ayel.
Thank you very much, Kyla. Sabi nga ni Kyla, happy, yes, satisfied, no.
Not yet.
How to get satisfied? You have to get a win here.
Right. No, but we talked about it earlier that, you know, sometimes just a set win can change everything for a team, and that's what we're seeing right now in Capital1. Earlier, we're seeing miscues and misconnection, but they're looking more confident right now, and that forces Coach Guidetti to call this timeout.
So everybody is ready to help. We need to help in defense. We only get one touch and the ball is going everywhere. And after that, having problems inside out, if you go to serve and serve into the net, we lose. We lose. This is maths, it's not volleyball. Got it? Here we go, ready, oh! Next line.
Loving the motivational talk there from Coach Ettore.
Indirectly saying that they need to avoid the errors, because if they keep on committing those kinds of errors, especially on the service line where they have full control over, that's really gonna give their opponent, Capital1, not just confidence, but really more points.
So change in setters here. Mangulabnan enters. We're in set number 3. Cruz close to the net. Merenda in, sending a chance ball. Mangulabnan goes quick to Atienza.
Great connection there by Mangulabnan and Atienza. Atienza has been productive as well in this match. Great angle as well, avoiding Ipak in that sequence.
Na-activate talaga siya. Sabi nga ni Sir Sev, ang hilig natin sabihin yung word na activate. Jai Atienza is being activated here. 3-point lead for Capital. Mangulabnan, back set to Ebon. Single block. Not in my house, says Eder Ginoo.
And timing is very crucial, especially blocking an attacker from the back row.
This block of the set is brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference.
Worth different angles there in the three-play. Solid block from Ginoo.
Ginoo now in double figures as well, 12 points. Sharp serve. Almonte adjusts mid-air. Tolenada, tough set, or in the in, finding the spot.
And the Orinda in that approach, that swing, makes it difficult to read where she is going. Take a look at this one. Last second, going for the risk action, going to zone 1.
A better start to the set for Capital One. In that last set, it was a 5-0 start for Nexled. Right now, Capital has a 5-point lead. And a big reason is Heather Ginoo has 5 points early on in this set. Yun yung Heather report. Yun talaga eh. Heather Ginoo has been really providing the difference here for the Solar Spikers.
And that's what you need. You want your players to step up when needed, getting firepower from all players on the court right now, talking about Capital One.
In the in, sent that one back. Back row, off speed. Iris to the opposite side. Leila Cruz scoring off the block, which gives Capital One a 6-point advantage.
Completely different story here in the third set. Leila Cruz off the hands of Almonte. Leila Cruz definitely loving that point.
How about that for the rookie? Confidence. Regalo, Christmas coming in early for Leila Cruz, who scores back-to-back points.
Confidence baka mo. Jaime, take a look at that sense of urgency and decisiveness, taking that regalo and delivering a point.
Stellar performance for Heather Ginoo. Joust at the net. Nexled with a much-needed point there.
Yes, good adjustment there from Mangulabnan with that pass coming from Pineda. Permentilia a bit silent in the start of the set.
But in the in, outpowering the blockers.
But in the end, not hesitating at all, despite having two blockers right in front of her, breaking the hands, breaking the blocks there.
There are just some things experience can't teach.
Right.
The time can't teach. Yun yung experience talaga pinapakita ni Patty Orindein. 7-point lead here. Almonte fires a bomb, but it was dug by Ipak. Bumalik sa Nexled. Back row attack.
Mangulabnan trying to activate Permentilia from the back row because they need to convert a point here. They need a side out. Unfortunately, too wide on that one.
Ano ba tawag dito, Ayel? Reverse Uno card. Naunahan sila ng Nexled in set number 2. Now they have the better start. Better receive to the slide. Counter-attack led by Cruz. Hello!
And with the better digging right now, Iris Tolenada having an easier time with her playmaking. Great decision going reverse set there.
This spike of the set is brought to you by Dunkin' Pasalubong ng Bayan.
And you know, Laila Cruz is actually a tall opposite. So she has really a lot of options in terms of her angles. Can even go above the blocker sometimes.
Biggest lead now of the set. They go pipe, off speed. Pancake save by Heather Ginoo. The set to Mayang Luna. Back row, Permentilla scores.
Right now, they're really trying to involve Permentilla in offense. Despite her being in the back row, Pineda going to her. Better set this time, allowing her to go for that broad jump.
That was some poetry in motion from the back row. Na-hype sila sa check ball.
Now, Iris Tolenada being creative as well with her playmaking, involving the middles this time.
A high bump set for May Luna. Toroman.
One-hand save.
Drop ball, Luna. Covering. And Permentilla again from the back. Ginoo with some great digging. Orendain. Says. That was a block from Laika Ebon.
Take a second look on that. Great timing there. Great pressing of hands from Laika Ebon. They need to get back that energy, that intensity that they had earlier in the first two sets.
Still a tall mountain to climb here, down by 8, but back-to-back points for the Nxled Chameleons. If you're Capital One, you have to learn from what you did to the opposing
Right.
team.
Have to take care of that ball. You have to commit in every rally. Good pass.
To the slide. No entry, says Chiara Permentilla.
Iris wanting to separate, to split the blockers there, but Permentilla perfectly reading that slide attack.
Bit of a float serve there. Iris sends it. Free ball, Nexled. Mangulabnan. Back to Chiara. They counter Orendain. Looking to go cross.
Capital One having a hard time right now with only 2 attackers in the front row.
So now it's a 4-0 run for the Chameleons, forcing Capital One to call timeout.
Relax lang. Huwag mong ipilit. Meron ka namang down the line eh. Pa-check pwede naman eh. Huwag mong ipilit ng lihis. Dalawa lang naman yung blocker mo, hindi naman 4 eh. Sobrang tabig ka naman dito. Ha? Huwag kayong masyadong ano ha. Sayangin nyo lamang natin.
Pero si Coach Roger, he'll make you believe na kaya mo yung double block. Kasi hindi naman 4.
Tama
Dalawa
naman.
lang.
But again, right now, they can't play so relaxed because Nexled slowly trying to cut down their lead here.
Yes, it's a 4-0 run for Nexled.
Some adjustments here for Capital One. Clemente de Guzman in for Niegos.
Better receive, Clemente de Guzman. But Gervino was there to cover. Joust. Won by Nexled. Make that a 5-0 run now, and this lead is cut down to 4. But, there's a but. Looks like a challenge will be called here. Net fault.
Capital One has had a difficult time here converting points with only 2 attackers in the front row. And Layla Cruz has been crucial in moments where they really need a point, but she's currently in the back row. But let's see if this is a successful challenge for Capital One. They badly need this point if they want to cut the momentum of Nexled.
It's been a game of runs. We've seen a lot of 4-0 runs, 5-0 runs. Of course, after this game, we have Farm Fresh going up against the Akari Chargers. Farm Fresh also looking to get their first win here. And Akari looking to bounce back.
Right.
Yun yung game kasi natamaan si Ayan sa bola. Let me remind you.
Thanks for reminding everyone, Jaime.
There were a lot of people concerned, might I say.
Thank you so much for the concern.
Jason, for all
For
those
everyone who
concerned.
messaged,
Yes.
thank you so
She's
much.
okay. She's with me and she's my partner right now. Here's that replay. So no net fault.
Permentilla doesn't look convinced.
Parang sinasabi ni Kiara na iba yung nakita nila.
Ang gumalaw dun sa net, yung bola.
Ito po yung kasi
Yun yung nakita sa challenge natin. Tama? O, sige na.
Alright, so our first referee saying that it was the ball that led to that sequence. I think Coach Roger is clarifying here as well with our technical committee. And so it looks like we'll continue on with May Luna serving here, 9 serving 14. Momentum is on the side of the Chameleons. And they get a free ball. Luna, Mangolabnan, Ebon. But that one was dug. To the back row, Ginoo, sending it a little too long.
Everything going right now for Nexled.
Score was at 14-5 at some point here, but Nexled is inching closer. Clemente de Guzman was sent back. Iba na yung energy na pinapakita ng Nexled dito. And it was really Makaslang who set the tempo, if you remember, early on.
And a great adjustment there, closing the angle where Des Clemente was trying to go for.
Grabe yung mga runs natin. May 10-1 run for Capital One in set number 2. Now we have a 6-0 run.
Binati mo.
Sorry.
You know, but what a show of consistency there for Nexled. Again, that's what they needed just to cut down the lead into 4 right now.
Luna with the receive. To the middle, Ebon was looking at that tight corner but couldn't find the right angle, which then leads us to another technical timeout. Capital One up by 5. Back in the ball game here in the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City. Currently, Capital One in control for the third set with a 5-point lead. It was actually a 9-point lead, and then we saw a 6-1 run by Nexled, led by their setter. Really changed things up here in Mangolabnan.
That net defense as well of Nexled, closing down the offense of Capital One.
But in the in now serving, 16 serving 11. A high set for Permentilla. Sweeping is on in the in. Ginoo, Pampineda with a dig.
Oh, that defense from Orenda in again.
Ginoo naman, down the line.
Now, Capital One playing more cohesively right now. We mentioned that they were really off in the first set, found their flow in the second set, and right now, really, all players contributing in all departments.
Misreceived by Nexled. They improvise with Kiara. Iris, ups it to Heather. 2 straight points for Heather Ginoo. A 4-0 run for Capital One.
Now, we talked about her on top of the coverage and how vital she is for Capital One. Coming off the bench and providing the points. And right now, that's what she is doing.
With all the confidence in the world. Almost a regalo, and that regalo is completed. Make that 3 straight points now for Heather Ginoo.
Half that point, a credit to Orenda in with a good serve there. Really, it has been a team effort for Capital One in this third set.
Ganda ng counter ng Capital One. 6-1 run and Nexled, and then they went on a 5-0 run.
Sabi mo nga kanina, this is a game of runs.
As a service error by Orenda in.
A chance here for Nexled to make their own run again. Let's see if they can get some momentum here.
Tolenada goes to Niegos. Jaja back in the game. She goes to Kiara. But no rebound.
Niegos with a good timing there, and Capital One has done a good job slowing down Permentilla in this set. Let's see if she can convert a point now. Not yet.
Ginoo was denied. Takes care of that double block. I believe that was Aldea. Not the block. Oh, misreceived this time by Orenda in. Off system. Back to Ginoo. Straight outside.
Errors here. Starting to pile up for Capital One.
You want to be sharp on these last 5 points for Capital One. Tolenada had to adjust. The dive by Kiara. Aldea pushes. Straight. Oh! Lucky break, basically, for the Solar Spikers.
And a missed opportunity there for Nexled. That was a regalo, but Pelaga mistimed that one.
Minsan may excite ka kasi, again, no? Yung alam mo nandyan, ha?
And there was also Iris Tolenada trying to go for that joust. So you see Pelaga trying to make things quicker.
And Iris, speaking of Iris, she has a full front line now to work with. And that is the result.
Permentilla really has been silenced in this third set. Leila Cruz with that length. No coverage for Nexled.
Iba na rin yung talon ni Leila Cruz. Alam ko trainer niya si Coach Migs Aitona, who also trains Kevin Kiambao, Mike Phillips. So, you know, shout out to Coach Migs.
An error there for Capital One.
So 22 serving 15. To the slide, automatic. Julia Ipak scoring point number 23.
Tolenada and Ipak connecting on that one, and Ipak well-placed attack as well, avoiding the hands of Renee Luna.
2 away for Capital One. Jam Aragonot, slide over own.
Lack of risk action there for Jai Atienza.
So we find ourselves at set point. Capital One looking to take a 2-1 lead here. Sharp serve. Luna from the back line. Iris sets. Leila Cruz gets the point to take set number 3. And Leila Cruz now with 13 big points. Ayan, napatayo na yung number 1 fan nila.
What a set.
Jinx.
But yeah, really team effort there for Capital One. We mentioned a lot of names: Ginoo, Orindain, Tolenada, Niegos, and Leila Cruz delivering that last point.
1 set to go here for Capital1 Solar Spikers to get their first win here in our PVL All-Filipino Conference.
Right. I mean, Capital One, better passing for them, better digging. They are more in sync from defense to offense, and that momentum really started in that comeback win in the second set. And you see right now everyone contributing, especially in offense. But Nexled trying to challenge them. There was a mini run for Nexled, but again, it was not enough to really cut the lead and get a comeback win, as you see a big disparity in attack points. 15 for Capital One, only 4 for Nexled. Permentilia really did not find her momentum in the third set. Blocking was on point for both teams. 5 kill blocks for Nexled, 4 for Capital One. Both teams with no service aces. Both teams with the same number of errors. It was really Capital One improving and leveling up their offense in the third set that allowed them to get the big lead and to get the third set win.
And the Spikers of Capital One also found their comfort level in this game against the blockers of Nexled. And led by, of course, Heather Ginoo, who now has 15 points. But what are some of the adjustments Nexled can make here to try to force a set number 5?
Well, what worked well for them in the first set and even in the second set, wherein they had the big lead, was their defense. They were defending well against the offense of Capital One. Permentilia really was scoring a lot of points for them. But now that Capital One has improved their offense, playing faster volleyball, finding more firepower from other players, It's time for Nexled to also make necessary adjustments, especially in their net defense. They would want to slow down the good offense of Capital One. Let's see if they'll be able to execute that. We see a bit of adjustment here as Guerra starting for Nexled.
See if she can make a difference here. What a dig by Gervina. Permentilla will counter and score.
And this is what we talked about, that defense that they need, that stability that will allow them to get those counter attacks as Permentilla just right enough spin right on the donut hole.
Right on cue, sabi mo, defense. Narinig ka ni Rachel Gervina. Ginoo. Just hit the antenna, but they were prepared for that double block.
Just a matter of pressing their hands in and better timing.
Jamara Ganot opting for Esguera. Ginoo. It was sent back. So they go back row, Niegos. Back row si Niegos.
Let's take a second look on that. Niegos spinning that one over.
You know, it's not every day you see a player get a back row attack and a quick attack. That's how good Niegos is. That's how good Kiara Permentilla is now with 17 big points.
And as we mentioned, they will need more of that from Permentilla, this time powering through the loose block of Ipak.
Receive, leading into a 1-2 signature play.
And timing will always be crucial on those 1-2 plays for it to be effective. And Iris Tolenada always well-timed, well-placed. It's always a beauty to watch those 1-2 plays of Iris Tolenada.
Now Iris has Cruz, Ipak, and Ginoo at the front line. A reverse bump set was blocked. Rebound was there by Pineda. Permentilla shoots one, but Doromal with a great dig. A tough set to Cruz.
And soft touch works.
And now I will add Kyla Kitsu back to the conversation. Kyla, how are you over there?
Thanks so much for that, Jaime and Ayel. Now the Capital1 Solar Spikers are now on the brink of a breakthrough. And like you said earlier, Ayel, it is going to be a battle of commitment. Capital One has to commit to pushing all the way through without collapsing in the end game, while the Nxled Chameleons have to commit to digging deep enough to bring back that energy they displayed at the start of this matchup. And back in the huddles, Coach Ettore kept his message simple yet impactful. Leave no regrets. He said, reminding the Chameleons that they have been in control before and can reclaim it. Meanwhile, on the other side, Coach Roger of Capital One delivered a straightforward, motivating reminder. But for now, let's listen in to this huddle.
Okay, watch out, Minda, because if she's serving super short, is on you. If you want to go, you can go with her in first tempo, okay? Because they are opening. It's double block on Chiara every single rotation. Got it? Here we go. There's only one block. Going short diagonal, take some risk. Guys, here we go. One ball, one break point, and we are in the game.
It's time for other players to step up right now because there's always double block on Chiara Permentilla. Combination plays could be also an option here. Trying to split the blockers, trying to create spaces in the net defense of Capital One.
I want to go back to Kyla's report. Ganda na sinabi ni Kyla. Commit and leave no regrets.
Oh yeah, sabi ni Coach Ettore.
Parang rom-com lang eh. No? In the meantime, here comes Permentilla. She goes for the drop ball. She has been mixing it up.
And that's what she needs right now, to be more creative with her attacks because she can't go all power. The net defense is there this time, making the floor defense work. Ginoo and Solenada reading that just a little bit late, going for the pancake save.
Ebo now serving 6 points to her name. Run and gun play. Won't work just yet. Back row Luna. And a chance here for Nexled. Jama Riganot to the slide. Soft touch. Rally continues. Ginoo attacks and scores.
Ginoo has been so good despite blockers in front of her. Take a look at that one. She has been powering through, really challenging that blocking of Nexled.
This is Ginoo's best scoring output yet in the 4 games she has played.
In the first 2 games, she was coming off the bench.
But obviously, she deserves to be a starter. This game is the conclusion to that. In the meantime, Permentilla dug by Heather. To the open. Dug by Almonte. Permentilla, isa pa, drop ball. Ang tawag doon, veteran move.
And you know, Orinda is showing some beach volley moves here. Having that urgency and that second ball and attacking right away. Heather Ginoo so far 17 points of 15 attacks and 2 blocks.
4-point lead for the Solar Spikers. They give it to the left pin. Can't find the spot there. So we go to our first technical timeout. 8-3 is the score. Pasig City, Iris Tolenada. Perfect frame there because ng ball distribution niya. Everyone getting some love here in this game.
And she also has the luxury in this set to have her attackers, really everyone having the hot hands and really stepping up in offense. So we mentioned Ginoo being the leading scorer right now, but Cruz is always ready. Orinda in also providing some vet moves.
Grabe yung mga veteran moves niya today. So let's see if Lucille Almonte and the rest of the Nxled Chameleons could storm a comeback here. Perhaps force a 5-setter. Oh, why not?
Well, that's what Nexled would really want right now to extend this match.
Kneeling set for Kiara. Off speed. We really saw a bunch of everything. Drop ball, off speed, cross.
She is being forced to find other ways to score here, and she has been quick to recognize that hole in the middle of the court of Capital One.
Tied to the net. Leads to an easy point for Nexled.
Too tight there. Tolenada trying to adjust, but not enough room for her.
Sharp serve to Roma. Out in the in, off system. Roma will play center for her co-rookie in Cruz. Pero binalik. Ginoo, back row. Ja. Shoot set to Luna. Rally ongoing, on in the in. A high set for her. Denied.
Net defense again. That was the bright spot for Nexled in the third set. And right now, they are banking on that strength. It was coming from Mangulabnan. Perfect time. For Maraguinot, rather. Perfect timing there.
6 serving 8 now. 20 points for Kiara Permentilla. 3-0 run Nexled. Dug. Set. Quick. Bumalik. Back row, Kiara. They've been trying that, but that time it was just too long.
Still a good attempt there coming from Permentilia, trying to attack long and strong from the back row. But that's still a free point for Capital One.
Now Ipak. Ipak with a bit of impact as well with 8 points.
But a service error there.
Sasabihin mo na naman.
Binati mo na naman. Capital One still with a 2-point lead.
7 serving 9 here. Iris, a back set for Leila Cruz. Signed, sealed, delivered.
Right. That vertical jump there. Dagdag mo pa yung length niya. Really can't leave an open block, a loose block against Leila Cruz.
Yung mga play ayal na parang dali pala ng volleyball. Roma, better floor coverage now. Ginoo from the back row.
So much speed in that attack of Ginoo. Let's take a second look on that from the back row in between Almonte.
Ginoo opted for the 1-2 play, but in the in, goes long. Pineda will play setter.
Pineda was caught still moving on that one, not stable enough to go for that set.
Serving 7. Here comes Leila Cruz. Miscue. A chance here. They go quick. Bang Pineda, bump set. Mayang Luna. Ball was checked for a bit. Orinda in with a wind-up.
And the outside hitters and Ginoo and Orinda in, they have enough experience really here to challenge the net defense. They're not intimidated at all.
Straight from the bench, Orinda in, 8 points. Speaking of bench, Ivy Perez.
Seems like Coach Ettore wants a taller front row here for defense.
It's a third setter we've inserted here. Luna, kill, block by Sid Niegos.
No coverage there for Nexled.
Niegos, multiple blocks in this game. Timeout is called.
Instead of propose yourself. And now we have to cover, and nobody's covering because everybody is working, watching her, likely, hoping that she scored the point. Hoping means that we don't cover. We don't cover. Here we go. Go! Next line.
Simple but impactful.
Right.
Yan ang timeout ni Coach Ettore. At the end of the day, he's right. We just need to cover here. And yung sinasabi mo, Ayal, kanina pa na check naman pero walang follow-up.
Right.
Luna with some power. Cruz with a chase. Free ball, Nexled. Ivy, Mayang Luna. Slowed down by the blockers. Ginoo tried to go for the off-speed. Challenge is called.
Net fall challenge here. They're saying na walang net fault. Let's see, because it was already their point after that attack error coming from Ginoo. But if this challenge is unsuccessful, the point goes to Capital One.
It's only the ninth game day of the 10th game day of the PVL All-Filipino Conference. A lot of excitement. So after this game day, we're going to see the much-awaited, much-anticipated Choco Mucho versus Creamline. I believe that's on Tuesday. A long season we have here.
We have another out of town on the weekend in Cebu.
Ikaw ba doon? Papunta ka ba?
No. Surprise na lang.
Net fault.
Clearly, there was a net fault.
Grabe, PVL in Cebu.
Right.
So much great volleyball players to come out of Cebu. You can just imagine the fans. So for those watching in Cebu, we will see you there.
Right.
Ah, diba? May plug. In the meantime, Ivy Perez upset to Luna.
Finally, a much-needed point for Nexled. Luna has been trying to go cross-court this time, finally delivering a point. Going high. Great rebound there, just no coverage for Capital One.
Nice serve there by Perez. Orenda in. Dug by Jorvina. Phenomenal defense. To the back row. Dug by Doromal. Liberos going at it here. Perez sets up Almonte. Rebounded. Balik kay Luna. Off the block. Count the point.
And Luna having the hot hands right now. Earlier from the left pin, this time from the right pin, challenging the net defense of Capital One. A bit loose also in that block. Again, no coverage for Capital One.
Saw some great digging as well from the Liberos.
Nice. Vina and Doromal.
Here comes Ivy. A sharp serve to Ginoo. Iris will set up Orenda in. Goes cross. What great hustle again from Jorvina. Free ball though for Capital One. Orenda in. Sends that one away.
Changing angles, going cross this time.
And what a way to send us to our second technical timeout. This was the point that sent us to our second technical timeout of set number 4. Orenda in. 9 points from the bench. Nag-iba talaga yung vibe no, ayan, nung after a sluggish first set where Nexled won.
And you know, passing and digging, again, as you mentioned, were two things lacking from Capital One in the first set and even in the start of the second set. But now what's important is they were able to improve that as the game went on, and right now they are more stable, playing loosely.
And that's what the veteran provides, that stability. Let's see if the Nxled Chameleons has one last run in them. Still a long way to go here after second technical timeout. Nice receive by Chiara. Beautiful play for Nexled. Esguerra will get the point.
Finally, a better pass here for Nexled, allowing Perez to set up the middle, involve the middle there. Niegos letting that one go as well. No blockers for Esguerra.
10 serving 16. The set to Ginoo. Luna. Wonderful dig. Here comes Permentilla. Naiangat pa. Ginoo babawi. Isa pa para kay Ginoo. Pero nandun si Jorvina. Perez for Chiara using the drop ball. 1-2 play. At that time, says Ivy. Jovina tried a 1-2 play. Entertaining sequence there. Sid Niego saying it was good. That it was blocked.
Right.
So we have a challenge.
You gotta fight for every point here. Talking about Capital One. They just need one long stretch to get their first win.
There's that block touch challenge.
Oh, very clear there.
So they recalled the point. Perez, a back set for Almonte. Covered by Luna. Free
Nice
ball,
ball.
Capital One. Quick, Niegos, Luna once again. Ginoo adjusts mid-air. Jovina, the double clap. The clap after a great dig. And they score. Care of Chiara Permentilla.
Great defense there also. Floor defense from Nexled, allowing them another time, another opportunity to convert a point. This time Permentilla going down the line.
So 11 serving 6. Alam mo maganda yung di pag nag-double clap. Heather Ginoo, short of the net. Nexled finding signs of life here. Which is why Coach Roger will call time.
Sa open, ay yung open nag-iingat sa palok. Para tingin niya sa harapan yung bola para makadiskarte siya ng maigi. Ikaw, huwag kang mga ganun. Pasukin mo. Ibibigay sa'yo. Hindi, hilain mo yung isang blocker. Der, huwag kayong mag-iingat. Sinabi ko sa'yo, huwag mo cross court eh. 2 cross court na yan. Kanina ilan din. Utak mo.
Some small reminders there coming from Coach Roger. I mean, pressure is on right now for Capital One as Nexled is in a 3-0 run. Trying to cut the lead again.
Ginoo, pinabawi. Luna has been sweeping really well there. Chiara. Off-speed hit. Quick. Denied by Esquera.
Again, Capital One, whenever they only have 2 attackers in the front row, they're having a difficult time to convert points here as Niegos perfectly read by Esquera there. Let's see, they need a quick side out right now, talking about Capital One.
It's 4 straight points. Mayang Luna at the service line. We cut this lead down to 3. Ivy Perez, the toss to Chiara. Here comes the Chameleons.
Right, they're on the roll right now with Luna serving and Permentilla delivering the points here.
22 points for Chiara Permentilla.
Wow.
Nawawalan na nga ng space dito yung statistician natin. Ginoo, Luna, great floor coverage once again.
Right.
Iris ups it to Ginoo, putting it down.
And they needed that point for their confidence here and to lessen the pressure on them. Let's take a second look on that. Na ito yung sinasabi ni Coach Roger kanina na huwag kang mag-cross because the defense has been so good there. Finally, a down-the-line angle for Ginoo.
It's in. Sid Niegos with a service ace.
Serve drops on the line. Pineda and Permentilla both letting that go.
That time a service error by Niegos. Coach Ettore here pumping up his teammates from the sidelines. Esguerra is serving. A nice serve. A high set. And Ginoo scoring with 2 straight attacks.
Almost went out of system there, but that was a good set coming from Doromal. Challenging the hands of Makaslang in that one.
Bit of cushion here for Capital One. Tough set there for Makaslang. Veteran move once again by Iris Tolenada.
Always sneaky talking about Iris Tolenada. It was an out-of-system first ball, but Iris Tolenada going for that 1-2 play. Makaslang jumping with the impact as well.
Sabi ni Iris, gulat kayo, no? 5-point lead here for the Solar Spikers. Doromal, easy dig. Heather Ginoo, off the block, it's good. 4 away for Capital One.
Heather Ginoo really stepping up big in this match in terms of scoring. Again, I mean, Nexled would always read the offense of Capital One. There's always 2 blockers for the wings. It's just really a matter of pressing their hands in.
The bump to Kiara, but in the with the coverage. The rainbow set was difficult for Heather Ginoo.
Very tough one there for Ginoo. I mean, sets like those are very hard to time, especially for wing attackers.
As much as she's been so good today,
Right.
she's also human. And Capital One is 4 points away from snatching that first win here in our All-Filipino Conference. Permentilla from the open. Ginoo to counter. Jorvina, nice dig. Permentilla again. Roma to Leila. Permentilla unloads and rally continues. So we go to the back row. And Almonte covers, tip. Oh, what a save by Heather Ginoo. Entertaining rally here. Permentilla still can't put it away just yet. Drop ball, wala pa rin. Back row Almonte, wala pa rin. Can this be it for Cruz?
Oh, what a defense for both teams.
And a miss hit by Maya Luna leads to point number 22 for the Solar Spikers.
I mean, but you have to commend the effort of both teams in that floor defense, really trying their best not to allow the ball to touch the floor. Fortunately, they're too wide for Nexled.
22 serving 16. Kiara. Kita mo na rin yung pagod.
I mean, Permentilla has been the go-to player all throughout this match.
2 points away. Observe. Chance ball. Oh. Siya nag-freeze.
Right, a missed opportunity there for Capital One, but they can't afford those errors right now, but they have to be careful because we mentioned earlier, Nexled also capable of runs.
Iris, a tough back set for Cruz. Tugged by Almonte. Luna pushes. Naiingat pa ng Capital One. Another chance, 1-2 play. Oh, what a pancake save by Iris. Beautiful rally once again. Luna. Not just yet, says Orinda in. The wind up and the point!
Gino and Orindain really has done a good job finding angles in this match. But take a look at the pancake save of Iris Tolenada. But sobrang nipis nitong palo ni Orindain right at zone 1 again.
We arrive at match point. Luna. Slowed down by the blockers. Orinda in for the win. Perez keeps it in play. Iris, combination play. Perez to the pipe, off speed. Dumped down easily by Mayang Luna. That's one match point saved.
Not yet done here, but Nexled has to play perfect volleyball. They can't afford to commit a mistake here.
Challenge is called by Capital1.
Reaching over, reaching beyond.
So if they get this challenge right, Capital1 will get their first win. Sabi nga ni Ayel, technology.
Yes, thanks to technology. First things that we can't see quickly. If the ball was still on the side of the court of Capital1.
Oh, no reaching beyond.
Successful challenge there for Nexled.
So that's one match point saved officially with Makaslang serving. This one to finish, Nxled Cruz putting it down, and the Capital1 Solar Spikers get their first win here in the PVL All-Filipino Conference.
What a win for Capital1. Starting slow in this match, finding their flow and really controlling the match from there on. Nxled Cruz, the rookie, getting that point. But really, it was a team effort. Orindain being a spark plug, Gino as well coming off the bench after that bad fall from Singh, and everyone really contributing.
So after losing the first set, Capital1 Solar Spikers bouncing back, winning 3 straight sets. Coach Roger and his team getting win number 1 here. Nice to get that first win, of course, Ayel.
Oh, definitely. I mean, we have to mention this is a young squad. They only joined PVL this 2024, and they have managed to build this competitive team. We've seen a lot of improvements from them, and finally now it is slowly translating into wins.
And just a few moments, we'll have our best player of the game. But really, the team effort is there. It's just there's just one player who really broke out of her shell despite not starting in the first 2 games in this conference. She started today and she scored quite a number of points. And she is with Kyla Kingsu. Kyla, introduce us to our best player of the game, please.
That's right, Jaime. Here with me is our player of the game. Walang iba kundi si Heather Ginoo with 21 big points, 19 attacks, and 2 blocks. Big congratulations to you and your team. Your first win of the conference. Ano yung pakiramdam na finally nakuha niyo rin yung panalo?
Siyempre po, sobrang saya sa feeling kasi po, naipakita na po namin kung ano po yung pinaghihirapan naming team.
Now, Heather, you've been consistently leading the team today and in the past games. Pero anong masasabi mo sa full team effort na talagang pinakita niyo today?
Siyempre po, sobrang nakaka-proud po kasi po lahat po lumaban and hanggang dulo po, hindi po kami nawalan ng lakas ng loob. Yun po.
I'm sure this win means a lot to you and your very happy team over here. Ano yung next step para sa Solar Spikers as you build on this momentum?
Siyempre po, mas magpupush pa po kami. Sa training po, mas paghihirapan pa po namin para po mas makakuha pa po kami ng mga panalo.
Now, marami kayong fans and supporters over here. Is there anyone you want to greet? Go ahead.
Binabati ko po yung management namin, sa mga boss po namin, si Boss Milka, si Boss Mandy, sa lahat po na sumusuporta sa Capital1 Solar Spikers, and happy birthday po kay Rovi!
Big happy birthday to Robin and congratulations once again to you and the Capital1 Solar Spikers. Now, Jaime and Ayel, what do you think of our player of the game?
What I think, Kyla, is that she did so well today. Your
So
thoughts
well.
on her game, Ayel?
I mean, an all-around game, and she definitely deserves that one. But again, so many other players to highlight, but it was her who stepped up when it was needed the most.
Okay, that is just games 1 of 2 in this doubleheader. Up next, Farm Fresh Foxies looking to get their first win versus the Akari Chargers. Stay tuned for that. But for now, it is time to say goodbye. Congratulations to the Capital1 Solar Spikers for getting win number 1. Nxled Chameleons looking to bounce back in the next. For our director, Ken Natividad, courtside reporter, Kyla Kingsu, my partner, Ayel Estranero, my name is Jaime Escalon. We'd like to thank you for watching the PVL All-Filipino Conference, the heart of volleyball.